Losar Tashi Dalek. Now, my name is Tim Loughton, and I have a very difficult job, because mine is the last speech, and the sooner I sit down, the sooner you get dinner. So I'll make it short. So I just want to say I'm very honoured to be invited here this evening, and what a fantastic evening of Tibetan culture that we have had. We have a big round of applause for all our performers. And our thoughts, of course, are with those people in Tibet who have been affected by that terrible earthquake. And it's appropriate that we make mention of that this evening. I was in Parliament for 27 years. And one of the things I'm most proud of is my time with the All-Party Parliamentary Group for Tibet. And I was the chairman of it for the last 10 years. And you have many friends in Parliament. And I'm glad to say that the group will carry on under the new chair, Chris Law, who chaired it with me for many years. So the cause of Tibet will continue to be loud and strong in the UK Parliament, as it should be. And I was very touched that when I retired from Parliament last year after my 27 years, I received a personal letter from His Holiness the Dalai Lama thanking me for standing up for the Tibetan people. He is an amazing man, and I have had the privilege to meet him 3 times now and host him in Westminster and to visit Dharamsala. And this year is a special year, His Holiness's 90th birthday. He has many, many years still to come, but this year is a special year, and it's great that it's going to be marked in the UK by a year of compassion from his birthday in July. Now, I was very lucky. One thing about not being a member of Parliament is I can go on a long holiday. So last November I spent a month in the Himalayas, and we visited Kathmandu, we visited Bhutan, we went to Darjeeling, we went to Sikkim, and we met many Tibetans, and we met many Buddhists and people with strong connections with Tibet. We met the Tibet Women's Refugee Centre, who've been making crafts in Darjeeling for the last 60 years or so. And the people there are so friendly, so wonderful, despite everything that has happened to them. So it redoubled, refortified my great concern and great passion that we should get justice for the people of Tibet, inside and outside of Tibet. And even though I am no longer an MP, I am still sanctioned by the Chinese government. So we went very close to the Chinese border, but not quite over it. And for me, being sanctioned by the Chinese Communist Party government remains a badge of honor. And even though I'm no longer an MP, I'm still involved in the politics of Tibet. I should be going to the rally outside the Royal Mint site to object for that large spy centre that they want to build in the heart of our capital. That mustn't happen. So these are worrying times across the world. We've seen what's been going on in Ukraine. We've seen those terrible discussions in the White House yesterday. But we mustn't forget China, because if we do not stand up to bullies, and if we do not stand up for democracy and peace and liberty, then China will be encouraged in its bullying, in its suppression of democracy, its suppression of human rights, be it against the people of Tibet, of Hong Kong, of the Uyghurs, and beyond. And we know at the moment the trial of Jimmy Lai going on in Hong Kong is another aberration against free speech. So, I have always said that the cause of the Tibetan people goes way beyond just the Tibetan people. The struggle of the Tibetan people represents the struggle for freedom and democracy and free speech and human rights that affects us all. So it's great that we are all here today. It's great that the voices of Tibet can be heard beyond the community, across the whole of our country and across the world, because it is such an important cause. And it's been going on since 1959, that struggle. So even though I'm no longer an MP, I'm going to continue my support for the people of Tibet. I'm going to continue fighting. Because Tibet has stood up to bullies, and the only way to deal with China is to stand up to them, to call them out, and to make sure there are consequences from their actions. That's what I did in politics. That's what I intend to continue to do. Thank you so much for the great honour you've done of inviting me here this evening, and for your kindness and your hospitality and your friendship over the years. It's been so good to see so many old friends here this evening. So Happy New Year. Enjoy this year ahead. It's an important year. His Holiness's 90th birthday. But above all, celebrate the cause of Tibet and celebrate the cause of freedom and liberty and culture that we all believe in. Good luck, everybody.